Hello everyone, JRPG here. How you doing? We're going over two quick items. Hopefully I'll get them quick, but as you know, my way of ranting, if I get on momentum on something or if I get sidetracked, I kind of go left field. So, let's go ahead and cover the first item. The first item is a big one. YouTube sees it a lot as thumbs up if. For those who roleplay on Facebook, we don't even see it as roleplay on Facebook, it's just general Facebook stuff. Which I'll put a picture up here in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like if, share if, thumbs up, YouTube is thumbs up, thumbs down, scroll if. Okay, this was the big one. The like, share, scroll. And usually when it says scroll, it's like something completely stupid. Just refer to the picture. Yes, I have no problem putting my roleplay data up there in the little left-hand corner. And that's why I'm fine and dandy, because I already said it at the beginning of all my other videos of where I stand. So I'm not exactly, I'm hiding from people. No, I'm easy to find. The thing that bothers me most about the like, comment, share, or scroll thing, unlike YouTube where it's just thumbs up if, or such and such number of people are fuckwads or something like that, where it's something based off the video, but the number of dislikes is what they put down there. Like, 37 people got bitched out by Frieza. Something like that. That's the YouTube side. And it's just one or the other. On Facebook, it's fucking retarded. It's like it. What? Like, as you saw the picture, like for Christianity, comment for Buddha, or share for Buddha, and then keep scrolling for Satan. What? What? I mean, look at that just one more time, because he's sharing someone else's picture apparently. But just take a look at that, just for a little moment. See how odd that is? That's just... yes, that's all everyone wants to do, especially if they're not on every single day. Yeah, I'm going to jump back on if I'm not on for a week, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and make sure I got everything covered, make sure I like and share and yada blah 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 blah. While we're at it, how about we cram any more? Well, let's try to cram more religion down our throat. It's not just religion. It's not just religion. It really isn't. They do that for wrestling, music, games. They do that for everything. Like if you like Ryu Hayabusa. Share if you like Tenshu. Or just keep scrolling if you just want to be a bitch. What? Why would that even come up? What the... I don't know who started this trend, but it needs to fucking stop. It's already getting old. Already getting old. Already. Because they do it for everything. Like if you like blue. Share if you like red. Comment if you like pink. Or if you're a brony, just keep scrolling. What's wrong with bronies? I'm not a brony, but what's wrong with bronies? Everyone has their own little thing. Bronies have their thing. The Triple K have their thing. Anime folks have their thing. So, chill. Well, I am a first-person shooter person, and bronies are stupid and yada. Shut the fuck up. A lot of people who do fighting games and roleplay games sit there and go, oh look, you can sit on the screen and shoot. Good for you. Ha sit on the screen and shoot. Ooh. Whatever your little pastime is, it doesn't matter. Does it make you happy? Then everyone else can fuck off. But crap like this, like, share bullshit, it needs to stop. It really does. And that's just item one. That's one out the way. Now the next item is over, well, as you can tell in the background, graphics. The big one, of course, being Final Fantasy, and I could go on a whole fucking rant about 13. Oh my lord, my head hurts about that thing. No, I'm serious. 13 has, I kid you not, the producer himself, says the following line, and this by itself kind of gave me the heads up, the holy crap, the holy shit warning that something was wrong with this game beyond what I thought it was. Okay? Yoshinori Kirase, I'm assuming that's how you say it, I probably butchered it, I apologize, stated that they didn't really intend to work within the RPG template. Okay, that's fine. But wanted to create a new game, even a new genre. For those of you who have seen, I believe it's the first of my movie rants, since I already covered like 2 or 3 of them, or 2 or 3 of the movies in general. When I brought that up initially, I lost my shit because Resident Evil did the same thing. There's no Mad Max in this generation, so we'll turn a Resident Evil movie into Mad Max. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds great. Yeah. Motherfucker, if you wanted to redo Mad Max, redo Mad Max. If you want to create a new genre, then you just go and create a new genre. You don't sit there and go, I'm going to take a name that everyone knows, and I'm going to stick it on there, and see if this works. See, I blame Resident Evil, the movie series, for that, because, you know, these fuckers are doing it. If I play a role-playing game, I want to play a role-playing game. But this isn't even the whole thing that ticks me off about this whole situation. And this is going to explain the graphics thing in a little bit. Bear with me. Further, he adds, in a lot of senses, Final Fantasy 13 is more like an FPS than an RPG. Now, if you look over, I'm pretty sure, I think Razorfist covered it. I want to say Saint Magnus touched on it. Alpha Mega Sin, I know, hit it once. I'm pretty sure he did. The reason that's drive me up a wall is just because FPSs are doing good, you don't take your brand and go to it. You just don't do that. I'm pretty positive Razorfist went over it because he talked about Resident Evil doing that same very shit. Survivor horror becomes FPS. Fuck it. Why? Because that's all the rage because of Call of Duty. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna turn a role-playing game into an FPS. I thought they had Mass Effect already out. Apparently I was wrong. I missed something. Alpha Mega Sin, Razorfist, Yellow Chaos, anybody? Can you verify with me? Wasn't Mass Effect like the shooting version of a role-play game? I'm missing something. But that's just from the producer. That's just producer. Now, the reason why I bring all this up about graphics is because, guess what? Final Fantasy 13, it won all of its awards for graphics and for visuals and yada yada. Oh, the music was pretty good, but the graphics were awesome, and the story was... the story was there. I mean, here, I'll give you a sample of the story. The ex-soldier going against the company that had helped create them and helped put them to where they need to be to save... Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. I think I just fucked that up because that sounds an awful lot like 7. The only difference is, instead of saving the planet, Lightning is saving her sister. They're both ex-soldiers. They're both going up against the company that pretty much made them. Well, Cloud's not really an ex-soldier, but he's classified as an ex-soldier. I don't fucking know how that worked. And it's that company, in both cases, that are destroying the planet or helping assist in getting the sister captured, killed, whatever. That's not food.
That's food.
So with that being said, and with that going through the processing field of mentality, I thought, well, maybe they're just trying to make a pretty version for Cloud to be replaced. They're just trying to replace Cloud because, you know, super emo boy, he was in everything, so hey, But as much as I joked about that, I found out that was exactly their goal. Hell, the third one for Final Fantasy 3, the third game installment, is literally Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. Why am I pointing all this out? Well, let's look at the Tomb Raider, shall we? They go out and they do this whole big motion capture, happy real-time photo graphics. It looks great. It looks perfect. It looks wonderful. How well did that game do? Beyond just the graphics. Anyone? Anyone? It did okay. Okay being the operative phrase. It's like, hey, we're going to focus all our time and energy into the graphics. If there's bugs, fuck them. If the story is weak, fuck it. All our money and focus is on the graphics. We just want things to be pretty. How about y'all stop fucking with the graphics? Again, I don't mind that the graphics look nice and pretty and everything. I don't mind that. But if the gameplay suffers, or if there is no story, especially for roleplay games, if the story is weak, I mean, Final Fantasy 13 story is about as weak as an FPS story. Oh wait, they were trying to make it into an FPS. It's more like an FPS than an RPG. Oh god. I'm not gonna lose my shit. I'm not gonna lose my shit. The only thing that pisses me off about all this is they worry about the graphics so much that they let the gameplay and the story suffer, and then you're just sitting there. Nah, we're good. Fuck it. The graphics are pretty. We're good to go. Again, for those of you who know my rants and everything, I've already covered roleplay. I've beat that into the ground so hard that I don't even think Razorfist could dig it out for them. But then again, I'm pretty sure he'd agree in one way, shape, or form. In fact, many gamers will agree with the following. Bayonetta. I won't wait for y'all to process this. Bayonetta. We good? Everyone process this? How many guys do you know play this game? I'm gonna let you process that some more. How many guys you know play this game? Just like Lollipop Chainsaw. How many guys? A lot of guys, right? I mean, even the cover is trying to get the guy's attention. Hey, you don't believe me? Look at the back. Look at the back. If you're an ass man, this is trying to get your attention. I'm pretty positive. So with that being said and that being noted, the reason why I'm an advocate RPG person, I don't mean just RPG games like, oh, I'm playing Final Fantasy. I mean stuff like Rifts. No, not Rift, the freaking computer fucking thing. No, the book, the tabletop. Dungeons and Dragons, Champions, things like that. Things that are actually tabletop. Been there, did that. But the thing that bothers me as roleplay is people sit there and go, oh, Bayonetta doesn't have any roleplay elements whatsoever. It's just an action game that's fun and yada yada. It's like, yes, that's great. It is an action game, dude. But, bro, what's your name again? I'm Steve. That's great, Steve. That's absolutely 100% lovely, Steve. Funny that your name is Steve and not Bayonetta. What are you trying to get at? You roleplay as Bayonetta running through the stage. That is who you play as. That is your avatar. Bayonetta. That is her. Okay? That's not you. That's her. That is the avatar of Bayonetta. Unless you actually know spells and guncraft spells and all that kung fu flippy and look like that. One, I'd like to know when I met someone that looked like that. But Steve, and this is just a random name, so don't think I'm just pointing out, hey, all Steve's are stupid. No, I'm not saying that. I am simply stating a fictional, theoretical person. That's male. I gotta be careful with certain names, because if I say, like, Alex, it's like, oh, that could be a female. Like, even if that's the case, even if it... Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Oh, no, not that game. Not that game. I got a lot more games that I expected to have for this example, which is why I'm now confused. While Steve is playing Bayonetta, and I'm arguing with Steve about not really being Bayonetta, we have a girl named Alexis, theoretical girl, who's playing this game. Fun game, by the way. At least check it out. I'm not going to do a review on it. There's enough people that have done a review on it. If you have an issue with the review on it, I'd say talk to Razor Fist about it. I agree with him on this most of the way. So, carrying on. Alexis was here, it's like, this is a action hack and slash style game, yada yada blah 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 blah. Pretty much the same spiel I got from Steve about Bayonetta. I went, really, Alexis? Strange. I see someone that looks like Ozzy Osbourne. Ooh, there's a girl. There's a girl. There's a girl in the back. There's a girl way back here in the shout. No, I was using the big guy right here. Using the big guy. Is his name Alexis? Well, no. No. No? Are you certain? Are you 100% positive? So you're telling me this person is not named Alexis? Well, no. And Steve was playing Bayonetta, and that's not Steve's actual name. Steve's actual name isn't Bayonetta, is it? Well, no. Then listen up, you Rudy Poo candy ass! The first thing you gotta notice is that if you're playing an avatar, the avatar is a technical way of roleplay. It's a technical way of doing it. It's a technical version of roleplay. Granted, the game itself isn't up there RPG. No, it's not saying that the game itself is an RPG, but you are, in a way, playing a role. You are playing a role. Thus the word. Roleplay, which is hyphenated. Roleplay. I've gone over this thousands of times, and I don't want to sit here and freak out and rant about roleplay again, because I've already gone over it in one of my earlier videos. So doing it again would be null and void, pointless, and beating the dead horse with some orange juice. I actually have orange juice. Moving along. My whole point of that is, if you are making a roleplay game, make it as a roleplay game. Squad-based shooters. If it's a squad-based shooter, that'd be a squad-based fucking shooter. Pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward. Pretty... meh.
I did, Dad.
Yes, you did. It's even on the thing that you did it. Way to go. You gave about 50, maybe? Oh, no, you got the big one. All right, you're fine. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving along. The thing that bothers me most is that people are that slow when you tell them, hey, by the way, you are technically role-playing in a degree. I'm not saying the game is a role-play game. I'm saying in a technical degree, you are playing a role. In fact, most of the books tell you, you are such and such. That means you're taking the role of such and such. Playing a role. Now that I've gotten that out the system, again, if you're making a first-person shooter, make a first-person shooter. If you're making a whole new genre, then don't use a genre's name and plug it on there. That would be like, I don't know, making a new Dragon Quest game. That'd be like making a new Dragon Quest game, making it roleplay style, using the template and everything, and then instead of putting Dragon Quest, you go, I want to be able to sell a lot of these. Ooh, I know! Call of Duty, Medieval Times. Yeah! And the only reason why people haven't done that yet is because, of course, Call of Duty and Modern Warfare and all that are already doing so good on their own that no one's even thinking, oh, we should stray from this idea. No, they're going to be like, so what we got next week? 3 new maps, 2 new hairstyles, a little bit basic, a little bit different story. We should get some new guns. I don't mean epically new, I mean like get a laser sight for something and put that in the system. More multiplayer, more multiplayer, because no one actually plays for the story. The story is too damn stupid for most of the time. more multiplayer. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the Call of Duties probably have a very decent story, and most people are happy and throw this punch when they found certain people in certain places that you didn't expect them to be. I don't even know what the fuck that accent was, but it's there. Too late! I can't take it back. Well, I could if I edited, but fuck you! I'm not editing shit. Moving along. The whole point of the matter is, if you see Call of Duty on a case, at all, in any way, shape, or form, you see Call of Duty on a case. For those of you who are wondering what case I grabbed, let me slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Do 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 do. So yeah, that's not Call of Duty. The point of the matter remains that if you get a game called Call of Duty, and you know it's for a first-person shooter styled game, and you know this, and you've gotten used to that, and you've gone through like so many other games, and you get the new Call of Duty, and it happens to be pretty much a first-person shooter. Well, it's Black Ops. Shut the fuck up. It's still a first-person shooter. Get over yourselves. After you do all that, and you accept the fact that you're playing a first-person shooter, that's what you come to expect for Call of Duty. In the terms of Final Fantasy, it's a role-play genre. Everyone's expecting it to be a role-play game. It's role-play. It's a role-play game. It's a role-play game. Stop trying to make it a first-person shooter. Stop trying to reinvent a genre to make a new genre. You're a JRPG. You're fucked. You've already accepted and established that you're a JRPG. Fucking accept it. If you want to make it real life like Western style, that's fine. That whatever. The fucking graphics. Fucking stop focusing on the graphics. Stop making it look Japanese if you don't want it to be Japanese. If it is Japanese, stop going away from your JRPG shit and stop trying to make it a first-person shooter. We already have enough first-person shooters. We have other games trying to turn into first-person shooters because they already have the groundwork for a possibility for a first-person shooter, but they fucked it up. Resident Evil being a good example. And the reason why all this still ties into graphics is because when people start going off and focusing on graphics and bullshit like that, oh, the graphics this, the graphics that, the graphics that, oh, we gotta make sure the graphics are perfect and yada yada, and Tomb Raider, the graphics were awesome and looked all real life and yada yada, but it looked like some other actress and it looked like the adventures of this specific actress. What? When you work so much on graphics, you start losing sight on the story, and you start losing sight on the mechanics. And I don't care if y'all say, the Panamine system works wonderfully. This is more like a rage against fucking Final Fantasy 13, because they're the ones that did the biggest fucking... I can't even think of the word right now, it's so obnoxiously stupid. I mean, any other game that did this shit, people pointed it out. Resident Evil, big example. You try to make it an action gunning game. Action shooter kind of game. Yet you couldn't run and gun. I'm sorry, if you're trying to make a squad-based shooter, running and gunning is going to be mandatory. Sorry, it is. And then here you go, turning right back around. Oh, well... They did it. We can do it with Final Fantasy.
I did, Dad.
Yes, you did. Very good. And that's one thing that ticks me off is because they worried so much about graphics and they worried so much about everything else about the game, music, graphics, especially graphics, all graphics. And they're trying. And I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's a bad writing. Maybe it's bad editing. But when they did a tech demo for Final Fantasy, they did it as gamers of Final Fantasy in general would know. Notice I said gamers of Final Fantasies would know. Because some gamers in general just be like, yeah, they did a tech demo. The tech English. The tech demo for Final Fantasy VII, as everyone may or may not know, was done using the PlayStation 3 processing power and all that happy stuff to show how good it could be. People loved that tech demo, and of course, I guess the Final Fantasy working team kind of got confused, and they interpreted people loving the the opening, the new done opening, as, oh, they love this shit. They love the tech demo and yada yada. No. Stop. They loved the tech demo because it was remaking Final Fantasy VII. This is what a lot of Final Fantasy fans wanted in the first place. In general, they wanted that done. They wanted it done. Okay? You could have gone over and had Final Fantasy VI opening credits like that and used the new technology, and people would have damn near creamed their pants. Not as big as Final Fantasy VII, because Final Fantasy VII was the one that everyone knows. High five. But the fact is, they purposely, now, you can look this up anywhere, you'll see that Final Fantasy 13 is doing a lot of shit from Final Fantasy 7 to boost it. And they did say that it was the fastest selling Final Fantasy, so anytime they say that as an excuse of, well, our other Final Fantasies, our newer ones, aren't doing as well. There's a bullshit card somewhere, and I used to have it. I guess I used it so many times that it kind of disintegrated on me. But the point remains that when they showed the new graphics, especially for the Final Fantasy VII opening, people were ecstatic. It's like, hey, you're redoing Final Fantasy VII? Fuck yeah! And it looks good? Fuck yeah! What did they do? 13! But Lightning is a very pretty character. We get that. We get that. We can see that. We aren't blind. No one came up and said, where... What? Well, the story is pretty much an ex-soldier going out against the company that created her to save her sister. As opposed to the ex-soldier that joined a resistance group to go against the company that created him to save the planet. Well, it's a girl this time. Tara was a girl and she's from 6. Celeste was a girl and she's from 6. Yuna was a girl and she's from 10. Rinoa was a girl and she's from 8. I think Garnet was the other girl and she's from 9. And Yuna became the main protagonist in 10-2. I don't know, something, the shooting, I don't know how the fuck that worked. I want to learn these guns! Okay, here you go, bitch. Shit, fuck. But Lightning is pretty. Yuna was pretty. Lulu was pretty. Tifa was pretty. And Yuna was like the star of her own game. I don't know what this means, but I'm doing it. Well, they were not like Cloud. No, you didn't give Yuna a 5-mile sword. You gave that to Ornn, and he's a dead motherfucker. I'm just putting that out there. Well, so wait. You focused on this character, and all the characters seem to be just journalized husks of... I can't even say that right. Husks? I think husks. You know, like the shell of something. Like something's, like there's supposed to be substance in there, but there's nothing in there. It's like they took out the substance and put it that way. It's like this, this, and this. This is what you got. I mean, granted, Cloud's a fucking emo, but at least he's got a reason to be emo. His best friend was shot in front of him. A lot!
Sorry.
So the whole principle of the matter that comes up is, from what I could tell, they pretty much took what they could from 7, remodified it to 13, and said, oh yeah, by the way, fuck Cloud, Lightning's going to be the new spokes Final Fantasy person. Yeah. I keep in mind, this is the same company that started out with Mog from Final Fantasy 6. And for those of you who actually read gaming books, you would have saw, like, Mog, he would have had like a, I want to say like a 2-page advert usually. First page is all these big monsters, and the little itty bitty Moogle and it says, it doesn't seem fair. Then you flip it over and everything is dead except for the Mog, and he's just like, then of course the line is, does it? Those were advertisements that got my attention for 6. Now, did they go out and put on TV for 6 all the damn time like they did for Final Fantasy 7? No. Did they do the same for 13? I don't know. I was actually over in Japan about the time it came out, so fuck it again. I don't know. Way to go. What? Alright. So the whole thing that bugs me is everyone focuses on the graphics, so they lose sight of the gameplay mechanics, and they lose sight of the actual story. And obviously in Final Fantasy's case, which is why I'm really pissed off about this, is they focused so much on graphics and such that they really literally took their own shit. They ripped off Final Fantasy 7. Their own shit. They ripped off their own shit to try and speed this along so it'd be nice and perfect. And yet, where's Versus 13? Yet, where is the remake of Final Fantasy 7? You guys were pushing like a motherfucker to make Cloud like the icon of the ages, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we made something prettier. Lightning is prettier. Lightning is a lot like Cloud, but she's prettier. She's athletic, and she can be associated with all the other girls. Meanwhile, my brain tracks back to Yuna, Riku, Tifa, Garnet, Aerith, Celeste, all the other girls from Final Fantasy. Like, all of them apparently are all supposed to be like Tifa-sized tits or Mai Shiranui figures. For those of you who don't know who the fuck Mai Shiranui is, pick up a damn King of Fighters cartridge or something, okay? Pick up King of Fighters, Fatal Fury. You know what? If you're an anime fan, pick up a Fatal Fury movie. That'll explain who Mai Shiranui is. If you're a fighting game person, if you're a fighting game fan, King of Fighters, Fatal Fury. Well, Fatal Fury is more directed. King of Fighters will cover her too because she's always popping up in that. So, there you go. If you don't know who the fuck Mai Shiranui is, look it up. Of course, you could just as easily look it up on Google, and almost as much as Samus being butt-ass naked, tentacle raped by 13 Metroids, Mai Shiranui is about the same way with everything else. Moving along. She does classify as a ninja and as a fighter. She was the first sexualized ninja before Kasumi from Dead or Alive. Shock and gasp, right? Moving along. Just because the graphics are better does not necessarily mean it's a better game in general. And my big complaint was Final Fantasy 13 versus the rest of the Final Fantasy series, as you can pretty much hear. So, for those of you who watch it, if you got a comment, please, by all means, comment below, video response below. I don't give a shit. Inbox me with what you want to say about it. I don't care. Merry Christmas. I'll look over things. I'll read things. Whatever. I'm just having a blast on this. And I'm trying not to completely go mad, but at the same time, if you look up the information, you'll see there's some issues that don't add up. And if you think I'm joking, if you think I'm out of my mind, if you think I'm crazy, there is an article, and I will have to re-find that article, but there is an article that covers the fact that other people feel that this focus on graphics, just graphics, the focus on graphics, is what's holding gaming back, per se. I'm not sure if it's holding it back, because any company with half a brain would know, okay, you got a visual team, you got the audio team, and then you got the story team. You have the story team off to its side, they do the story, and they just go, okay, this is the character list, what they do this and this and this and this and this, and designers can come back and forth and get across a note and yada 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 yada. Yeah, you could put a little bit of effort into the story. You could actually take some time and put some effort into the story. Is this the best story out there? No. Is this the best Batman story out there? No. But at least they took some time and effort. That is my point. If you're going to put all this effort into imagery, if you're going to work so much on the graphics, and you're going to spend all your budget on the graphics, and you wonder why the rest of the story looks like a fucking long-ass tutorial for most of the game, at least the first chunk of the game, then there's a reason for it. before I actually go full throttle on Final Fantasy 13, and I do mean full throttle because I've hit them hard, but I'm not going full throttle yet. Oh no, oh no, no, there's so much more, but I'm not going to get into that. The main rant was about the graphics, and I kind of lost sight of that. I apologize, but fuck it, I covered what I wanted to cover. So, this is JRPG. Y'all have yourselves a good day, and have that.